When I was growing up, there was nothing more awesome than snooker, and whether it was a sport or a game was irrelevant. It had it all. Bow ties, little pieces of chalk. It was different from what all the other dweebs were into with their well-maintained health and abs. No, I wanted to be this guy. I wanted to be in seedy snooker clubs or pool halls. I wanted to be Paul Newman. When I wasn't playing it, I spent my youth inside in my pants with nothing but the sound of John Virgo's sweet voice, a bag of chips, and a VHS copy of Showgirls.
It's worse than dog food.
Everyone else was into video games. I mean, video games, these things were huge. But I just wanted to play snooker, and yeah, there was an official snooker game, but for licensing reasons, you couldn't play as Jimmy White. Now, who's Jimmy White, I hear you ask? He was a maverick, snooker's rock and roll star, and he could do things that the more successful players weren't capable of. Needless to say, he was the most popular of the snooker players, and you couldn't even play as him in this game. So when I found out that he had his very own snooker game, I was very... So let's load up this bad boy and see how it holds up today. So this is Jimmy White's 2 Cueball. Wait, that doesn't sound right, does it? So Jimmy White's 2 Cueball. Now, grammatically, that doesn't seem to make much sense, does it? It's a sequel to Jimmy White's Whirlwind Snooker, but that wasn't a very well-selling game in comparison to this one, at least. But that doesn't excuse calling it Jimmy White's 2 Cueball. Terrible, but maybe the gameplay will kind of redeem that error. When you look at the front cover even further, there's another mistake straight away, which is Jimmy's bow tie doesn't appear to be correctly done. This is a. Let's go into the actual game now and see how it pans out. This piece of this use of music, should I say, was quite a surprise to me. Again, considering Jimmy White was viewed as like a rock and roll star. This is a very tranquil piece, and as you can see, there's pictures of Henry VIII and paintings on the wall. It doesn't seem to line up with the real life Jimmy.
What, are you going to keep quiet or not?
Okay, I keep quiet.
No, are you going to keep quiet or
Yes.
are you going to be a fucking pest?
I keep quiet. Roger.
For my friend. Right. Come on.
Yeah, I keep quiet, okay.
You sure?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, okay.
Okay then.
If you don't do anything for a while, the game kicks into a demo which follows a little bumblebee as it moves around this grand hall. And again, this doesn't really fit what we have come to expect of Jimmy, given his kind of tumultuous life.
I might have killed myself with the madness that was going on.
So one of the first things you do once you get past that menu is go into the pool bar room, which is a nicely 3D realised pool hall for the time, and it moves over to a jackpot fruit machine, which is actually quite in bad taste given Jimmy's kind of crippling gambling addict. It's like a sly joke almost.
The gambling started for me when I was about 14.
There are 3 music tracks which accompany the pool hall setting, this being my favourite. Now, this game came out in 1999, and by this point in PlayStation history, we'd seen how game soundtracks can contribute massively to the cinematic quality and atmosphere. If you was to insert the score from the title of Metal Gear Solid, for example, it could have been much better than what we actually got. Or having the excellent score from Silent Hill playing over the game as you explore this what could have been quite a seedy pool hall. And what's with the floating gloves? You know, I came to this game wanting to play as or against a fully 3D rendered Jimmy White, but no, I get to play this terrifying Spectre-like character. But credit where credit's due. The actual gameplay, the technical aspects, the ball physics, you know, it's difficult and it takes time to master, and it's very rewarding when you do start getting it together. But it's called Jimmy White's 2 Cueball.